apparently he didn't want you to call him Weldon Irvine. You know.
Even though I don't want to give away too much from the documentary, but like.
That's okay. You told the whole thing.
All right, cool.
Because it's not marked by information. It's marked by the style that I tell it.
Bet. So how did he end up linking up with like hip hop artists? Being like he was doing.
Because they were sampling him.
Yeah. I would say like you know, cause a lot of records these days are sampled by older music.
Right.
So I'm asking this question: was they sampling the music, or was he coming in and playing live?
Good question. So my guy G Clef. Joey Cavacino, who is the executive producer of the film, who is the person that told me about Weldon in the first place, he told Weldon about sampling. Like, yo, he's sampling you. You don't know about this? Records, KRS-One, and then Weldon would look at it. And Weldon, you know, owned his masters at the time, and so he really wanted to be down with hip hop. You know, he saw that was a way to reach people. And he also saw it was a wave, like while some jazz artists and older people in general thought that was like, it's whack and it's not gonna last and whatever. He saw the wave very early, so he was like down with that. So some cats would be like, nah, don't sample me. Other cats would be like, sample me, give me my money, I don't care what you do. Some cats like Weldon was like, you can sample me, but let's sit down, rap a taste real quick. So he would talk to them, and he wanted to meet everybody who was sampling him. And be like, you like this, then you know I can do this. You know what I mean? So he eventually ended up being sampled by Q-Tip. He also taught Q-Tip music theory. You know what I mean? And as far as like playing on keys, he played for Mos Def. He played on Umi Says. Yeah. So if you hear the Hammond on Umi Says, that's Weldon Irvine. Yeah. And Will I Am on the Fender Rhodes. So he did a lot of it. And the Black Star album has a lot of Weldon Irvine, you know, playing, you know, as far as hip hop, but a lot of jazz cats, Tom Brown, you know, Lenny White. I mean, just a who's who has Weldon playing on the records, though you might not know it, you know, or arranged records.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. So also, and he passed away in 2002.
He not passed away. He killed himself. He had a rifle and he shot himself in the mouth.
Damn. And like, what?
I just wanted to be clear, like, you know, he didn't die in his sleep with his.
Yeah,
you know.
I like to be sensitive to this, you know what I'm saying? But I mean,
we're not doing that. No,
yeah,
we're not doing
but.
That.
That's what it is.
No, sensitive mean you feel the pain.
Yeah.
Or you feel it. So when we say pass away, you know, it's we're not really being sensitive to him. You know, he made a great big spectacle, right? He killed himself in public. You know, we're being sensitive to our own appetite for a particular comfortable discussion. You know, so you should be able to say, yeah, Weldon shot himself, you know, in the mouth. You know, and we have to deal with that. Yeah. You know, there can't be any time to talk about that. We don't at least honor the graphic nature, because his mother did the same thing. Mother did different kind of gun, but did the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So, yes, 2002 he won himself. Yes.
Yeah, and when you were saying like his mother did that,
yeah.
I read something. I think I watched it, an interview, matter of fact, where they weren't honest about his death with his son, and he found out in school.
How did you see that?
You know, I'm swinging one.
Oh, you saw. I think I know you might have seen. Oh, you saw the swing.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
I'm doing my homework.
Okay, cool. Yeah. They told him that he died in his sleep, or you know, accident. Like they didn't tell his son how his father died.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't even identified for about a week. So yeah, they told the son something different, and his son did find out in school from one of his classmates who was using this new device called Google, you know, back in 2003, I believe it was. Damn. So it was hidden, you know, and here I come and I rip the wounds off, you know, of everybody, you know, so.
Man, at the same time, it's a fascinating story. Like, at the end of the day, a lot of music we listen to, hip hop music we listen to, they borrow from like jazz and funk and stuff like that. Still, and you can see where it came from, and it's cool.
I was saying steel.
It also be like this summer on Brooklyn Hip Hop Festival, they having Black Star do their 25th anniversary.
Shout out to Black Star.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So like that's the interesting. So we probably get to hear some of those classics that
Master
Weld
played on, right?
Help produce and arrange and whatnot. So that's gonna be pretty.
Maybe they'll say his name too.
Maybe that would be interesting.
If you go there, you should shoot it and send it to me. You get a nice little assistant camera credit. Let me know if they say his name.
Hey, I'm gonna shoot my shot and see what's up.
Dope.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll be dope. They will. They'll say his name.
And also, what do you plan on doing? I know like you're still shooting and working on this documentary, but like, what do you have planned after that? 'Cause I'm quite sure you have something in back of your mind, like, yo, I know after I'm done doing this, I want to get into this.
Well, it's not after. It's kind of concurrent. I'm a producer of a film called Storm Over Brooklyn, which is a Yusef Hawkins documentary. So that's something that we started. I started development of Digging for Weldon Irvine in 2015.
All right.
And the idea for the Yusef Hawkins documentary was brought to me by my guy Charles, who I met through my homeboy Nigel from the neighborhood, and he wanted me to direct it. And you know, at that time, I didn't think it would be good for me to direct it. I think that it needed someone else to direct it, and also I was already developing Digging for Weldon Irvine. So we got a director, Mutali Muhammad, who his first feature film was Life Essentials with Ruby D. He's Ruby D and Oz Davis' grandson.
Okay.
So he's directing that film, and you know we're on that. Like I won a contest with ABFF and Lightbox, where Nat Geo funded the contest. So that's on its way. So as far as my next project, I'm a producer on that. As far as my next directorial joint and me at the helm, I can't really speak about that.
You mean like it's because you decided, or like it's top secret envelope, so you can't talk about it right now?
I think the people who what it's about, they wouldn't want me to talk about that because it's a lot bigger than me.
Oh.
You know, I can show you. I mean, you don't say nothing.
All right.
You see that, right?
I see it, but
yeah, so much like it. Yeah, you know, so that's gonna be a big thing.
All right.
Be a big thing.
Also, being that this May is Mental Wellness Month, what do you think? Like, do you think he did something wrong with him? A lot of times, someone can smile every day, but they're going through things inside, and like people always say, always tell call your good friend and ask how you're doing, whatever. Do you think like even though it seemed like he had everything, like he was probably hurting inside or whatever the case may be?
Yeah, definitely. His whole life. You know, he was at least from being, you know, about 7, 8 years old when his mother left. You know, she gave him the choice to stay or leave. You know, stay with his grandparents or leave to live with her. So since then he had pain. You know, he felt like he was abandoned. You know, he resented his parents. You know what I mean? So definitely had pain, and then you know he lost love, like, you know, which he didn't really recover from, you know, real early, you know what I mean, and he practiced how to keep himself straight in the face. So, you know, he would practice in the mirror, and then after a while it would work, and then people would think that he was cool. And he taught other people how to do it, you know what I'm saying? So, and he also was very intellectual, so he was able to intellectually mask how he's feeling. So, you know, you type like, Walden, you crying? No, I'm not crying, just the water, whatever. You just flip it and bounce it.
Like a little joke or something like that.
Right. Well, you know, or who make it a teaching lesson, but, you know, he would basically refuse for the most part to give of himself in that emotional manner. He would get angry. Anger as an emotion, but he wouldn't really let you know.
Like quote unquote.
For the most part.
Like let's say, all right, one time, what's the show again? HBO show, Sopranos.
The Sopranos, right.
The head dude or whatever. It was like the last few seasons he was sick and whatnot, you know. And he said he doesn't want people to know he's sick, to show his weakness, because once they see his weakness, that's when everyone would strike.
Pretty much.
So that could pretty much be like the same thing, like, you know, like people don't want to show their weakness at the same time. They have to stay strong for other people.